My name is Lora Isakson, and I am the president for the Capital City Ladybirds, and I live in Bismarck, North Dakota. I have 3 great kids. I have twins that'll be 5 in July, and my son just turned 8, and I have a great husband that actually has turned into my hunting mentor. So my journey into Pheasants Forever, I find quite entertaining. I had a group of friends that work in conservation and work at Game and Fish, and she called me and said, hey, there's a group of women and we're ladies and we're going to go to this Women, Wine, and Wild Game event that Pheasants Forever is putting on, and you should really come with. And my first thought was, I don't shoot pheasants. It took me 5 years to shoot my first one. I don't shoot pheasants. I don't belong at that event. And then my second thought was, she said it's free wine. So that's intriguing. And my third thought, at that point, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't have a lot of opportunities to go out and see other people and just enjoy time with other women. And so at that point I said, okay, well, I have nothing to lose. I'll go and have some free food and some free wine and listen to some speakers. I don't really think I'm gonna have anything in common with any of these women, but I'll go because it could be a fun time. So I went, and it was very inspiring, and it definitely intrigued me on this women's only Pheasants Forever group that they wanted to start, and intrigued me enough that I went to the first meeting after that. And very intimidated because, again, I'm feeling that I'm not gonna fit in, that I don't have enough experience, I don't have what it takes to be part of Pheasants Forever. So at that point, I went to the first meeting and I liked what was happening. I liked what I saw. And so about, I guess, a lot of meetings after that, and a lot of events and fundraising events and more meetings. And 18 months later, I'm sitting here as president. So I guess that's my story. So I was not raised in a hunting family. I knew people that hunted, but I didn't have any experience with that. I didn't have any opportunities with that as growing up, and quite honestly, I don't know if I would have taken those opportunities when I was young. I don't know if that would have been something that would have interested me at that age. But I didn't start hunting until I met my husband. I didn't shoot a gun, nothing, until I met him. And I was very lucky because he is a fabulous mentor, and he was really patient with me, and in the beginning just asked me if I had any interest in ever wanting to hunt, fish, and things like that. And I guess my answer to him was, I will try almost everything once, but I can't guarantee that I'll ever do it again. So that was kind of my mind frame of going into it, that I will go in and I will put everything into it and see if I like it. But if I don't, then I know that I've tried it and it's not something for me, and I can walk away and be okay with that. So from that point on, I got my first deer tag and shot my first doe. It took 5 years for me to shoot a pheasant, which is now hanging on my wall in my house, because I said that no matter what it looked like, if it was ugly or beautiful, it was going to be mounted on my wall, because it took so long and so much effort to get. And I haven't shot a lot since then, but that's okay. But I think really, coming from a non-hunting family and then coming full circle and having my husband as my mentor and him being extremely patient. When we went hunting, it was all about me. It was about my comfort. It was about my tag. He never carried a gun. He never carried anything. Even if he had a tag at the same unit as me, it was all about me. And to have such a supportive mentor made all the difference in the world. And so now, hopefully being able to mentor other people down the road, hopefully we will be able to provide those opportunities for other people also. So I think some of the most important parts of the Capital City Ladybirds and Pheasants Forever and my journey to this point, and hopefully going forward, is thinking about some of the things that I've gained from the chapter. So not only have I gained experiences like being able to go to Focus on Forever and meeting people that I never thought that I would have connected with, and I so very much connected with and had such a meaningful experience. And the Women Wine and Wild game, and being able to speak to other women at Pheasant Fest, and try inspire these women and trying to inspire them to go back to their hometowns and maybe reach out to other women in their community, or starting a chapter, or just making a call and asking if someone wanted to go fishing or go for a walk or go for a hike. So some of these things that I'm able to look back on and look at, and confidence that this group has given me as a hunter. Up until probably the last year, I had been hunting with my husband for about 10 years, but I never called myself a hunter. I would say I have hunted with my husband, I go hunting, but I guess internally I didn't feel like I had the experience, or I didn't have the drive of someone that should be able to call themselves a hunter. Thinking back on it now, it seems so stupid, but like I really felt like I was just a person that hunted with their husband. Because I had never gone out on my own. I really didn't have the desire or the drive to do it, because I think I had more fear of the unknown. The experience wasn't there, I didn't think. So within this group of women that I've met with the Capital City Ladybirds, I have long-lasting friendships. I have friendships that push me. I have friendships that support me. And I, for the first time, went hunting with a girlfriend of mine. We went out turkey hunting, and I had a tag to fill, and I'll never forget the day. My husband, super supportive, is always like, go, do it, that's perfect. And we were loading up the truck, and of course he's going through everything to make sure I know how everything works. Set this up here, and put the blind here, and put this there, and I'm just smiling and nodding, because I kind of know in the back of my head how I want to set things up anyways. But I'm smiling and nodding because he's so supportive. And I'll never forget that feeling of pulling out of the driveway and feeling like I'm having an affair, or like I'm cheating on my husband, because he's not in the truck with me. This is always something that I do with him. It's not anything I ever do on my own. But that was a really fun, liberating experience to be able to pull the truck out with the gear in it for myself and go pick up a girlfriend and head out to the farm and see if we get a turkey. And we didn't harvest anything. But it was just such a cool experience to be able to do that for the first time. And I think it was after that point that I felt like I could finally call myself a hunter and say, yes, I am a hunter. And that has just brought so many more opportunities. This group of women, you really could have the opportunity to do anything you wanted to. And I really hope that the more women we get involved, the more opportunities we have, and the more things that we can provide for other women. We can provide opportunities to women that don't have the mentors, don't grow up in households that do outdoor things, that we can find women that we can also push and we can also support to just get outside. So the Capital City Ladybirds has had an extreme impact on my life, for the good. And I am so very thankful for the opportunity to be able to be here and to be able to tell you my story. I really think that what the Ladybirds has done for me is to really provide an opportunity that wouldn't have been there before. I can go and I can talk to other women, and I can find out that, especially the women in Pheasants Forever, they're not all just like gunslinging, shooting pheasants every day of people. That like sometimes you just get caught up in that. They're just not that, and there's so much more, and they do so much more. And Pheasants Forever is so much more than just pheasant hunting. And I think that is part of our mission right now, is to try to get past that. Pheasants Forever is just about pheasant hunting. It's not. It's about conservation. It's about getting people outdoors. It's about growing the sport. It's about providing opportunities for women to get outside, for women to now get their families outdoors. A good example of that is, I just told the story earlier of how I took a girlfriend of mine from the Ladybirds turkey hunting for the first time. It was the first time I ever went by myself. Now, this spring season, I took my son turkey hunting by myself. And we went out and we experienced it, and there was good and there was bad. And we weren't able to harvest anything, but we had that experience together, which I never would have imagined doing even 2 years ago with him. And that's what it's about. I'm really happy that I was able to come and tell you my YPF. I'm bummed out that we couldn't do it in person and it's on a video, but I'm still really honored that I was able to come and talk to you. And I hope that my story will just let you know, and I hope that you realize that the work that you do matters. The work that you're doing today will matter tomorrow, and it'll matter next year and the year after. And the things that you're doing, the initiatives that you're creating, those things matter to all of us. And I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for the Capital City Ladybirds and all of the PF staff that have supported this Women on the Wing initiative to be able to create our chapter. And I just really hope that after watching these videos that you will have a little bit more fire to be able to go and continue to do what you're doing and to really press on.